We are geeking out this Tuesday as we head above and beyond into the great unknown, space. Gotta wait for it, wait for it.
Oh, it's a little...
All right, on this day, 2001 Space Odyssey directed by Stanley Kubrick, premiered at the Uptown Theater in Washington, D.C. back in 1968.
And while 2001 Space Odyssey might leave you asking questions, we've got Dr. Paul Sutter, and he has all the answers about current space travel. He's an astrophysicist for the Ohio State University, and he joins us right now singing along to the tune. So let's start.
Sorry, don't mind me.
Let's start with the controversial spacewalk involving an all-female crew. Do they have extra suits? Because we know that the suit was too large, so they had to cancel the walk altogether. Is that a smart decision?
Yeah, so, I mean, have you ever packed for vacation and brought the wrong size shirts? It's like this times 11. Like, it's hard to pack for space. And NASA on the International Space Station did have medium-sized suits and large-sized suits, and all the female astronauts that are on board trained in both medium and large. But after one spacewalk, one of the female astronauts decided that the large spacesuit just really wasn't working for her, and she preferred a medium. The challenge is for an all-female spacewalk with both female astronauts, they needed two medium suits. One is not yet configured for a spacewalk, so is either risk the safety of the astronauts or just swap out the astronauts so they can do the job that they need to do.
That actually makes a lot of sense, seeing that, you know, she trained in both and then just decided she wanted medium. It's not like they weren't unprepared. She at the last minute decided she felt a little bit better. So do you think that this historic spacewalk will happen this year?
I'm sure eventually it will happen. NASA probably should have checked on this before announcing that it'd be an all-female spacewalk. Otherwise, you know, we would have avoided all this fiasco. Yeah. So maybe they'll configure that other spacesuit and then they can do it.
Gotcha.
All right, so last week, Vice President Mike Pence said we should return to the moon, and here's what he said.
It is the stated policy of this administration and the United States of America to return American astronauts to the moon within the next 5 years.
So, Paul, what can we learn from returning to the moon?
One of the reasons that NASA is interested in going to the moon is eventually we want to go to Mars, and even beyond, but Mars is really hard. It's really challenging. The moon is close. It's like right over there. Yeah, right over there. We can test, like just right there. And we can test a lot of technologies that prepare us for a mission to Mars in a much relatively safer environment.
All right, real quickly here in about 30 seconds, this month is a perfect time to view Mercury, which we're not going to just yet. When is the best viewing time for this planet, and what do we look for? Where do we look?
Yes, you should look for Mercury, the closest planet to the sun. In the next week or so, you should look to the east right before dawn. You'll see it very bright, very high in the sky. And after a couple weeks, you should look for it in the west just after sunset. It'll be very high and very bright. Very rare to catch a glimpse of Mercury, so you should definitely check it out.
All right, Dr. Paul Sutter, astrophysicist. We always love having you on the show from the Ohio State University, chief scientist with the Kossi Science Center. And you know the difference, Kelly, when you're looking between a planet and a star? A star twinkles and planets don't. It's just solid light.
More solid and brighter usually. Yeah.